Oh, how much more are you feeling ahead of the game going into this year as opposed to a year ago?
I feel like I'm a lot further. Just spitting out play calls is a lot easier. Just processing. Being around VJ for a year, understanding the defense that I'm going to get. So it's a lot better. It's a lot more enjoyable. Not thinking, right now as opposed to what I was doing last year. So it's fun. It's fun to be in the know. It's fun to have a little bit more of an understanding of what's going on, so I can kind of be a little bit more beneficial to others and kind of help them out along the way. But I feel good. We're in a good spot.
What are some of the things you've maybe done specifically since January to help you take another step?
I think it's just all about each season you get to start over and you get to start from square one. So it's all about getting the body back right and taking some, a mental break from the game. And then now when you pick it back up, you feel a little bit more rejuvenated, more, I guess fresh is the term. You're not going all season long, and I feel good. I feel like I'm in a good spot. Body feels good, and mentally I'm sharp right now, so we're going to carry that into the season.
Well, I'm thinking part, how does that manifest, say, when you're out there and kind of reading a defense that BJ throws at you?
Well, it helps a lot because I'm not thinking about what the offense is doing, and usually that's the case. When you go up to the line of scrimmage, you want to be only thinking about the defense, only processing and reacting to the defense, not, maybe the footwork or the motion or the timing or whatever that I'm doing. So that, I feel like, process is eliminated, and now I can focus on a lot more of the defense.
What have you noticed from RJ Harvey, and how is he kind of picking up the system?
Well, he's done a really good job working. He does a good job out of the backfield. It's hard to tell with shorts and t-shirt, what it's like running the ball with the no pads. But that's obviously why we got him. So he can run the ball. But I think it's the other things that he's showing, just the routes and the suddenness and quickness in hands. I think all that's really good to see. But he's a great guy, great dude first and foremost. And then I think it's going to translate for him being a successful player.
This year, this team surprised a lot of people. Certainly this year, there's higher expectations. How do you handle those both for yourself personally and for the team as a whole?
Well, it's a loaded question because each year you start over. Like I said, nobody really knows what anybody has. That's why you go out there and play the season. If we were all what people said we were going to be, we wouldn't play the season. We would just finish with the final standings of what they said we were going to be. So that's why you play the game. That's why you go out there and go through a full season. And, we're going to learn a lot from this time to the season. We're going to learn a lot once we get into the season and go. But, it's we've got a buddy on the team we talk about all the time is, we tell each other, you're still a nobody. You haven't done anything yet. And so we got a lot to prove, and we got a lot to go out there and do. It's people like that keep you in check. It's guys like, teammates that, got your back and continue to motivate you. And because, he's right. I haven't done anything up until this point, and I got a lot to prove, a lot to show. So, every day it's working. Every day it's finding a way to get better because you don't want to get to, year two or go down the road and, all of a sudden you got stuck and didn't get any better. So that's my focus right now is just not even worried about what people are saying. Just internally, I know I got a long way to go.
Well, one of the things you did this offseason was really embrace the other teams in this town, the Nuggets, Rockies games, the Rockies game halves as well. Why was that important for you to do this offseason, really embrace those teams?
Well, honestly, it was fun to do. It was fun to get out the house and go, hang out at the games, and got to take a lot of teammates with me each time I went. So it was just fun time to kind of be relational with those guys and get outside of football, go enjoy another sport. It's fun to cheer on your city. So, all three of those teams are fun to go to games, fun to interact with, and, it's just a good city to live in.
What about beyond that, though, just being in town, you and your wife being here and going to Red Rocks and having a camp and kind of having a home base? Not that you didn't in Oregon, but you still, obviously, I imagine, go home to Auburn, and now you're here.
Yeah, well, this is where I live. This is, what it's the norm. So I'm going to find a way to, not only embrace it and enjoy it, but not take it for granted. I'm in a great spot. Denver's a unbelievable city. It's a great city to live in. A lot of people want to be here, and I'm fortunate to have been picked to play for the city. So we just want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to embrace the situation, and I enjoy being here, so that's where I want to spend my off seasons.
Well, when you guys add a guy like Devin Ingram, who's obviously going to be a big part of this offense, where did the process start for you in terms of, you watch his film? Is it just, getting to know him? How does that process kind of unfold as you're trying to kind of form that?
Yeah, well, it starts by getting to know him, see what makes him tick, what makes him go, what his passions are, and it's very clear from, the beginning that he's all about football. He's all about taking care of himself, and he's been here since he was signed. Getting ready and preparing, and so that's been fun to see. So I've gotten to be around him a lot, and then we just start working on the field. Early OTAs, you get to come out here and throw routes, and just see what he's like, see what kind of routes he runs, see what he's thinking. We talk a lot. He's always asking me about certain things, and then when you get him out to practice, it's just seeing how he reacts. And so, I'm excited to include him and add him to what we already got, and I think it'll be good for us.
This is the first year since high school, and you just haven't seen the offensive play caller year over year. And how much do you feel that? Does that make a difference for you? Talk about that. What difference does that make?
Well, it's huge. It's kind of weird, going back first install. It's not new verbiage and not new things, so it made it a lot easier this year. Now it was tough to learn last year, but just being in a system and just kind of getting right back to where we were, just being able to call plays and understanding what it's like. So going longer than 365 days, just hearing the same thing, I think it's going to be really beneficial. And honestly, it felt weird because it hadn't been since high school. And so, I'm just used to learning different things, and so it's good not to have to, learn an entire new system this year, have the same play caller and have the same quarterback coach. So, and honestly, the same guys you're throwing it to, and same center, same O-line. I mean, the being the same, it's going to be, it's hard to even explain. It's going to, you're going to see it in ways that you can't even understand, and it's just a natural thing to go out there and just pick up right where you left off and not have to restart.
We heard from multiple free agents that part of the reason they wanted to come here was because you were here. They see a long-term future at the quarterback position. What does that mean? Did you play a role in that because you're around, you live here, and recruiting guys, talking to guys? Has it played out, whether it was an offensive or defensive free agent?
Well, that's nice of them to say, but I, just let the front office do their thing, and I feel like, Coach Payton and George, they put together a great squad for us this year, and so my job is to, when they get here, just make them a part of the team and help them with the transition. And I feel like all the new guys have, really bought in, and they've been around, they've been, getting to know everybody, and we got really good pickups this offseason, so I'm excited to see them play. It looks different out there right now, just, a few different key guys in different areas, but they're fun to watch play football. So that's gonna be good for us moving forward. But I feel like we had a great offseason, and we're building something that we look forward to seeing.
Last one, Jeff.
Physically, what did your offseason look like? Did you not throw for a period after the procedure, or what physically? When did you really start?
Physically for me, it was all about taking a break. Hadn't really had a break in, 18 months to 2 years. So it's just a lot of, just kind of winding down and getting your body back right. And, that doesn't even mean like fixing like things that are hurt. It's just like giving your legs some rest, not running every day, giving your shoulders some rest, not throwing. So I didn't throw football for a while, but I was doing a lot of shoulder care and arm care and doing some rotational work and doing different things that were kind of replacing, the throw. Because when you throw, as a quarterback, I'm just worried about, where the ball ends up. Was it accurate? Was it not? So it's hard to really fix things and get back to like the fundamentals and really hone in on them. Because if you're throwing, a ball against the wall, if you're mimicking, throwing with a towel, you're not really worried about where the ball is going. You're just focused on your own mechanics. And so for me, that was good because I was able to do something different, work on my mechanics and tighten some things up, tweak a few things, and feel really sharp when I picked up a football. So I wasn't just out there wasting throws. And I felt good. I was really sharp going into camp. Feeling good, feeling strong. So going to continue that throughout the summer, and then get to the season when it's a long season. Keep my shoulder healthy.
Thank you very much.
Was it different? Did you not throw for a long time after a college season? Or?
Well, after a college season, you pretty much practice like a month later, so you don't really have time to stop. And if you stop, then you're not in shape for practice. And then if you're not in shape for practice, then it's just how you kick off your season. So pretty much in college, you're throwing year-round. Not that it's good for you, but that's just how the system's set up. But now you can actually take a break and restart and actually get better. You can actually focus on things that you want to get better at. And it's a lot of individualized training that I enjoy because you can focus on yourself. You're not doing the same workout as your offensive lineman or your defensive lineman. You're not having to throw because, that's just what the authorities are telling you. But you can go out there and actually get better and work on your craft. And so I think it's going to be beneficial.